G'day, today we're going to have a look at the daily challenge, which would be Moscow. And so, the details of this one, it is 21st of September. So you start with 5 motorways and get no more, and then buildings can appear directly adjacent to destinations, which could be some fun. You can give some really short trips that hopefully make life a little bit easier and mean we don't need as many motorways, but we'll see. Also mean we end up with getting blocked. But it looks like there's definitely a not an easy map, but I mean we're looking at about 6,000 points, and you'll to be in the top 10 or so. So definitely, since he's the closest one to this guy, we'll use him. And even this guy, we probably want to try and shift to this one at some point. But it would be good to have something closer to him as well. But there's no point in sort of using him for that one and these two for that, just for the sake of having them both have a closer one. I think it's worth having an extremely close guy benefiting that one. Alright, well, take the bridge. What we have to do is put him through there. Swing these guys that way. And we'll leave that gap there just in hope that either they score a white building or a yellow one in there, because both of them would benefit. Obviously what we want to do is, even though we already have 5 motorways, it means since we're not going to get any more, we do want to hold on to those as long as we can, and then really only break glass for emergency. Okay. Bit of a journey for him. Alright, since it's still doable, we'll just like let it play at the moment. Okay, we'll pause for a second. Flip him that way. Send him around that way. Really, I think these two guys are closer to him than this guy was. So what we'll do is we'll swap positions for them. We'll just wait for this road to clear up a bit. Take another bridge. There we go. Now I've got this guy connecting straight on there as opposed to angling across, because these two guys are basically just connecting right to that. Oh, they are still slowing down as they cross that, so I may as well just give them a closer route. They are, I think, going to slow down regardless, and I don't have a traffic light I can use to correct that. Let's put them around the top. Actually, I think that's okay. It's still just a driveway connection. We're okay so far. Probably this guy's the worst positioned. Because even he's sort of surrounded so that there's not much placement for blue to show up near him if they ultimately do. We'll take the traffic lights. I mean, at this point here, probably that's our best bet. that there just to through. We're really getting. Actually, we can get rid of that. We can send this guy down here. Feels like we're getting a lot more factories than we are houses in this one so far. Operating on very bare minimum housing. When you look at yellow, there's 3 factories, only 5 houses. With white, it's 3 and 6. While blue's flush with 2 and 5. Bridge, because we have used the ones we've got. Oof. Gonna get any more houses? Yep. There goes that bridge already. I mean, that placement of houses hasn't really impacted this at all yet. I don't feel like I've had any extreme close comfort houses to entrances at this point, except for maybe that guy still. I think that's normal. Maybe this guy to this entrance here is a little bit different, but this placement helps out. That's our one circular guy that getting that assist. Alright, we'll take another bridge. Not ideal placement there. So this might be our candidate for Highway 1. I mean, although these guys are actually closer to this than these guys are. Ditch that for a second. Turn these guys down. Get rid of that. Alright, let's correct that so we can actually build it. Now, send these guys down that way. And then all these 3 guys off there. Making up a highway gig. That's probably another case for another blue highway too, since this is circular down here. I mean, these houses here are certainly going to help. They hope that they're going to roll slowly into that intersection though. Not going to have much room for roundabouts, so we'll live without them, I think. Keep an eye on our numbers down here. Probably a good candidate spot for a roundabout there, actually. Don't know what to do with you right now, so we'll just leave you disconnected. it up there just to stop the roads being too having too many intersections on it. Swing him down to give this guy 3. Okay, so let's put that there. It's a weird little spattering of greenhouses now. Definitely plenty of houses to look after this. I mean, this one we can solve by... Now again, that does mean that I'm taking the closest houses to these 2 guys to look after him. So they can reclaim that guy then. Just feeling very squished together here with all our factories. Like, this is very like almost a wall of factories there blocking off flow between them. That's probably a good position for this guy. Now he's probably going to need more attention. Can't imagine he's going to be able to sustain with just 2. Like Blue's hitting a bad run on this intersection here. See almost all of those blue houses that no one's at home. Okay. Take the bridge. We'd need 3 bridges to get to him. So... for now, take these 2 guys. And Highway 2. Swing over there. Let's get them going straight on. Alright, let's send him back north. Let's move this down here. Get those 2 guys to be the backup. Might get him to connect up there just so he's not hitting that sort of key point of the road. Okay. Not really too much we can do there except move that white road all the way around this yellow setup. Great. See how that goes. I mean, they've got a ton of houses up there though for it. This intersection here is not Great. Possibly what we can do is just do a trade. Suppose it's worth connecting him in at all there. I mean, definitely I wouldn't mind the extra help, but these guys are going to run much smoother without him attached in there. Alright, so we've got purple up here now. And that would fall to some of the guys down here. Oh, maybe just... It's a weird little outcrop. Certainly not an ideal series of houses to connect together. They are the ones that are really not currently being used. He could connect to that. He would also be able to assist out with this blue. Just mulling whether to make this guy here a highway. Certainly looking great. Alright, let's pause for a second. Let's rip up that road. Disconnect that. Get that guy connected, and then we'll get these 6 guys. Hit a roundabout. That's Highway 4. Got to basically wait for all these cars to correct their routes before we're going to get that looked at. We certainly don't need more bridges. We'll take traffic lights, even though we've got a ton of them as well. Is that new? It's new, right? Sure, I can give up 2 guys for that. Okay. Got this blue guy here. Got 1 blue house on his own up here who we can probably attach to that. This guy connected to that as well. And then we've got these 2 blue houses here. For now, Highway 5 can look after that one. Oh, there's the 3rd house to make life a little bit easier for this one. This definitely feels handy, these white guys down here, because there's no white neighborhood in this section. I mean, there's also no white factory anywhere near that side of the map. Got a fair few green connecting in there too. We've only got the 2 green warehouses, so it wouldn't surprise me if we got another green warehouse. Take the roundabout. What we'll do is we'll put that in there. We don't even need to move that, we can just have that connect like that with the white's looking a little bit jittery. Alright, this is the next green we were expecting. The question is, if we evaluate, is there anywhere that we can get rid of one of our highways? So this highway here, they could possibly run across, through, down, over. Disconnected from there, but really that wall there's, shift him up, come around. Purple to the top, I think that's a must, that's way too far away from anyone. Blue, sort of too far from anyone, so is this blue, and those two neighborhoods are too separated to sort of try and join this in a middle point. I think if there is a way to pull that off. What we do, we would lose these three houses from being able to connect to anything, but we have 3 different blue factories of our 5 are being operated by highway. That does feel like where we can make a change here. So these guys are barely being used for this. Barely, but they still are being used. You can see that this guy's not at home. What we could do is that out of the way so we can see. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Swing down a bit so we can still have it built at the moment. Far away from them, have to travel. So we'd have to come around. Almost like that river is right in the wrong spot for a nice connection between these two. Okay, so then what we would do is send this guy and this guy that way. Then take... Anyway, I can incorporate this guy in here to try and... No way he can really get around, is there? Bring these guys all down with a messy little neighborhood. And because I've deleted both, we now have to wait for both to... We have to wait for one of them to be claimable again. It's a spanner in the works right there too. We now got... Actually, that's not too bad. I suppose I can just connect him in here. There's a whole fleet of dudes up there that can help out. So we're currently racing against the clock for someone. Okay, there we go. So this highway's gone. So what we can do is put highway 1 there. Claim it. Move it, go on. Alright, let's hold a second. Go this way then. Thank you. Okay. Send them that way. Look after both of them. We'll wait for this other highway to turn as well. We need that to pick up its pace. Because this guy is starting to panic. There we go, great. So we can highway 5 and send that over there. You have a lot of greenhouses for not a lot of green work. Okay, now that's potentially a problem down here because we've got a heap of houses that can look after this guy, but they're all just so far away. But enough bridges that what we can do is we'll just shift that in there and put a set of traffic lights to give them just 2 more houses. Happy. You can see that we're pulling all the way back to these houses back here now, attempting to address him, and this guy's also feeling left out. You have a huge white population down here. What we could do, and these guys aren't coping either. So what we'll do is we'll shift him across, and him across as well, just for now. Certainly doesn't seem like we're going to be breaking any records here. That blue community just can't cope with what's happening. Well, let's see how that puts us on the charts. 156. Oh, not too bad, I suppose. Alright, any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below, but till next time, we'll catch you later. See ya.